Reese, you can go ahead.
Hey, Tommy. Welcome back to ATCO Field. What are your thoughts ahead of the first match at home?
Well, my thoughts were you and I were getting along fantastically with your new logo, the hair and the facial hair. And then I saw your Liverpool pennant before you turned. No, that's it. So no comment would be my just messing with you. Listen, it's game day. It's Christmas Day, whatever way you want to frame it. I was up early, excited. Now the issue I've got is trying to occupy my day until we get to the field and kick off, because it's been a long time coming. So excited to be home. Can't wait to feel the energy and the atmosphere at ATCO Field. It's been a story of patience and perseverance from everyone, from our fans to our ownership group and all of us in the middle that have tried to build a competitive team.
Yeah, I intentionally moved the camera so I could stay on your good side. So I hear you guys have a new signing. Ben Fisk is going to be joining the squad. What can you tell me about him?
To be honest, we were surprised that a player of his quality was still unattached. He's captained both Pacific and Atletico Ottawa, and he's 28. He's played a ton of pro games. People you speak to, like your Nick Ledgerwoods of this world that played with him. Davey Norman played with him. Speak very, very highly of him as a pro, as an attacking threat. He's proven in this league. And look, we were prepared to have plan A, B, C, D, and E because of the games that are going to come thick and fast. We tried to manage our roster as much as we could through Winnipeg, but soft tissue muscle injuries are going to be a prevalence throughout every team. So we've just acted on ours pretty quick. We're missing a few key attackers, some through injury, and obviously Anthony Novak through suspension. So he comes in, he'll be involved in the squad today. And I think he's a fantastic addition, that once we get all our guys fit and chomping at the bit, we'll be some force.
Awesome. Can't wait to see you on the field. Good luck.
Right. You too. Thanks, Reese.
Thank you, Reese. We'll go to Conrad next.
Hey, Tommy. It's been a bit, but nice to see you again.
You too, Conrad. Top man.
So we have had a lot of turnover in the Cavalry roster since the last time any of the boys have played at ATCO Field. So how do you prepare the new players for coming into ATCO Field and the atmosphere, the Coliseum, as you've described it a few times?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's like I guess it's like trying to prepare for your first dance on your wedding night. You don't really go through the rehearsals, you just do it. And I think that's the way we've got to do it today. We had the fortunate opportunity to, as soon as we return from Pacific, all we've done is focused on playing on artificial turf at Winnipeg and Pacific. And as soon as we got back and got on the pitch, Sunday and Monday, we got acclimatized to it. And I think what happens is, we reflect back on 2019 when we first had that game on May 4th. The boys just rose to the anticipation, and I think that's the same here. We've got players like Mo Farsi, Elliot Simmons, even Jose Hernandez that have been with us for 2 seasons and have yet to play in front of our fans. And I think once they experience that, the singing, the chanting, the energy that's created, that'll just give the players a lift. And you've seen that as a common trend at Pacific. They played very, very well in front of their crowd, and Edmonton did the same at Clark Stadium. We're going to be no different because we feel, and I'm biased here, is our fans and our stadium is the best in the league. So yeah, we'll just have to just do it.
Speaking of Edmonton, the opposition has had a fair number of changes, including bringing in Alan Koch instead of a frenemy of yourself, Jeff Paulus. How do you prepare for the new look Edmonton FC after not having that change?
Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's a team that's always very well organized, even under Jeff. Played, predominantly a 4-4-2. They play that very similar with Alan. They've got a couple of nuances. They've got another big striker in Washewski, which Tommy Amiobi. So they offer a similar threat going forward. Probably one of the things we got to look out for is they seem to hit everything on target from about 40 yards inwards. So we've got to watch out for those missiles that they seem to have got in their armory. But you know what? We've got a very, very good record against them. It's something that every player that puts on our strip should rise to the occasion. And what a great home opener it is for us.
Thank you very much, Tommy.
Thanks, Ron. Let's see you later.
Thanks, Conrad. Reese, we'll go back to you.
So you mentioned Novak is unavailable this game. Are we going to see Oliver Minatel coming back into the lineup, or how's the health of the squad?
So unfortunately with Oliver, he's had a bit of a setback. So after a grueling battle with returning from the broken leg, he suffered a thigh strain in preseason, and it's just been set back. So with Oliver, we've done what we feel is the right thing for our players and their wellness. He's gone back to Brazil for a month to go rehab there, be around family, and then hopefully join us for the home stretch as we near playoffs, etc. But yeah, it's a tough one. We all feel for him. The good point is now we've got Joe Mason's getting up to speed. We've got Sergio Camargo back from injury. Just with Oliver, it's just one of those that when you've had a serious injury, sometimes you run the risk of getting an additional one, and that's been the case with him. But he's been very supportive around the guys, and we look forward to seeing him when he does come back.
Great. Nothing further from me, Tommy. Thanks.
Thanks, Reese.
Thank you, Reese. We'll take our final question now. Conrad, you can go ahead.
All right. So we've talked a little bit about the one signing that we've had over the between games. So we haven't talked about Max Piepgrass. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. But let's talk a little bit about the youngster that is a Calgary product and is coming up through the ranks.
Yeah, do you know what? He's great. He's got a really neat story because I think when I was a technical director at Calgary Foothills, he signed as an 11-year-old, which is actually the age of my son Jax now. And it's interesting to look at him and think this kid was the one who used to come to the PDL games, which was the development side that we used to run. His mum was volunteered to be the team manager. His dad sat on the board there. His dad works with ATCO, so there's a nice tie and link with Spruce Meadows. And he's just one of those kids that everything that you put in front of him, he soaks up. He's been playing for the development team in front, which my brother's the head coach of now. And when we returned from the bubble and we're nursing a few knocks, he was one of 4 or 5 local products that had joined us in our training bubble before we left and had stood out and done very well. And we were impressed. And he's one that you always put an asterisk that he's one for the future. And now that future is now. And he's come in and he's trained with us. Looks like he belongs, and he's deserving of this chance. And what it is for Max is just, reward for the hard work he's put in thus far. But he also knows there's still more to come. So we're fortunate to have him and give him this opportunity. And that's a great part of the league's ethos is developing young Canadians.
Any potential we see him on the roster today?
He will be in the squad. Yeah. So him, Ben Fisk, they've been named in the squad for today, which is great because it gives us freshness. It gives us depth. And like I said, it's we were prepared for these times during the season that you get a bout of them, and he's in.